unpredictable, and also unconventional show. Hello and welcome to Randoms. It's another beautiful day to have randoms. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but honestly, you cannot bring that positive behavior from your house to the public. From trending topics to honest conversations and bigger social media comments, Randoms has it all. Welcome to another episode of Randoms. No topic is off limit, no comment is too weird. So seeing that you brought the child into the world and took the child's life because of your whatever thing you had against your husband. Join me, Sharon Ajay, and my co-host, Operatives Mobner, every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. And you go after those troubles, those suffering, those cravings, those irritations you get. Buckle up and enjoy the Randoms Ride.
Hello and welcome to Randoms. Once again, I am Ogochukwu Mobner and I have with me as usual Sharon Ajay. Sharon, how are you doing today?
I am fantabulous. It's a new month, of course. This is the second day off, or rather the third day of the new month, and I'm super excited.
It's been a long while I heard the word fantabulous. So when you said it really, it took me away. Anyway, today on Randoms, we'll be taking trending issues making wave on the internet as usual. And at the moment, our first story for today is a suspected thief who hides inside a bank ceiling and allegedly attempts to hack systems after all staffs closed for the day's business. A suspected intruder caused panic at a branch of a commercial bank in Lagos after he snuck into the bank through the toilet and hid inside the ceiling overnight. Wow, that's courageous. Well, according to eyewitnesses, the suspect had entered into the bank during official hours and quietly locked himself in the restroom and crawled into the ceiling and waited until the close of business and all staff had left. The next day, the staff arrived to find the door mysteriously locked from the inside. After forcing it open, they discovered the man attempting to tamper with bank systems, some of which began flashing, restarting, click OK to accept when powered on. In the video, the suspect could be heard pleading for mercy. Well, I'm going to leave us here now to watch this short clip.
Wait, first one. No. I beg. I go explain. I go explain why you come. I go explain why you come. I go explain why you come. I go explain. Wait. It's okay. Hey. Let's ask him. Are there two? Wait, so I'll ask the one that are there two. Is he alone? Okay, how many of you there? Okay, thank you very Don't worry, go that. No, can I go that side?
Wow, that's a brutal one. It is a brutal one, I must say. Well, the bank authorities are yet to release an official statement, but several videos have gone viral, including this one you are seeing of how he was manhandled after he was caught. Oof. I can't watch that video. I really can't watch that. I cannot stand it. But then we'll be taking comments from social media as regards this incident, and Sharon will be taking us on that. Sharon, please, over to you.
All right, thank you, Ogochukwu. Over to the comments. Of course, we know, like I always say, Nigerians will react to literally every and any kind of information they bring on social media. For the first comment, we have Dream Chaser B, and this person says, to anyone feeling tired, lost, or quietly breaking inside, please know this. Your struggle is seen, your pain is valid, and your breakthrough is coming. Cry if you must, but don't let go of hope. Even in the silence, God is working. Better days are not just a wish. They are on the way. Keep holding on. I guess this is more like an advice to those struggling, because of course struggle leads to you doing things that you're not supposed to do. The next comment is Cherry Coco, and this person says, some people don't want to work anymore. They are now looking for easy money. Glad it was caught. Well, we are also glad that it was caught, because if he wasn't caught, he might have done something not so good to, of course, stealing from a bank is going to, it's a terrible thing, not just on the bank, but also it can even affect the economy, because of course banks pay taxes, and
these are people's money.
Yeah, they are people's money and all of that. Well, the next person is Fresh Prince. And Fresh Prince says, what was he thinking he would see money in a bag in a bank? Well, dear, there is what is called vote. I don't think he even thought about it too. Maybe he just felt like if he break into the bank, then
if he was actually going for money, perhaps maybe he would have been trying to, you know, go like hack the vote or try to open the lock of the vote. But this one, I think he was trying to hack all computers, you know, in the yes, that's what that was what was stated.
Well, the next comment to be taken is Ricky EO, and this person says, what kind of bank can't careless reach this extent? Can't careless reach this extent where we say person go come bank, come begin use ladder, climb to enter ceiling, and nobody notice them or they around there. Hi. Hi. He reached to us because from where to where, of course, I don't go to we are going to comment on this, but before then, let's just finish the comments. We have the next comment. Vary Black Girl, not very, Vary Black Girl. And this person says, Nigeria is still living in dark ages. The law should handle him, not trying to kill him by 2 by 2. Of course, I'll be with 2 by 2. Well, we'll comment on that also. And the last comment we'll be taking is is it Dotun? Let me put it Dotun Energy. Of course. That's all. Okay. Well, that's all for the comment. It's really sad, I must say. It's a sad one. And of course, I love that Nigerians are hearing different opinions. I, for one, I am not a fan of you know, beating or doing, giving jungle justice to a person, a criminal that is caught doing something not so good. I'm not even a fan of it. It really breaks my heart, because I'm not saying go and do bad thing. You know, people, I'm not trying to give you a thumbs up to do whatever you need to do that will make you survive, so long it's not legal, or you get my point. It's just really sad whenever you catch or someone is caught in an act doing something evil. I think the best thing is to take the person to the authorities. Now, watching that video just even breaks my heart the more, because I saw security agents wearing their uniform, and you are dealing with the person, you are beating him, you are manhandling him with your uniform. That uniform should show respect. I don't think any individual should suffer under the circumstance where a security personnel is around. He should not suffer in any, in the situation like that. He's not supposed to suffer. The best thing to do is to take the person. That's why we have guard rooms, we have cells, of course, and all those places, just so the law can, be delivered properly. Because if everybody wants to take law into their hands, I believe that nobody will be alive today to tell a story. Really.
Definitely, Sharon, you've really spoken very well. First of all, when I saw this story online, the first thing that came to my mind is, why did he have to sleep overnight? Because I believe he actually went into the into the bank, just like every other person came into the bank for their transaction and left the bank after it was, I know Nigerian banks closed by 4 p.m. And after it was 4 p.m., everyone evacuated the bank. And then eventually the workers in the bank actually left the bank when they were done with their daily businesses. Why did he not leave that time? Okay, another thing that came to my mind is, okay, perhaps maybe he had to wait for everyone to go so that he could actually,
Perpetrate
carry out
evil.
his operations. But then where did he get a ladder from if the bank was closed?
That's a good point.
Was there a ladder inside the bank?
Of course not.
Which
Do
I
they
don't think
use ladders
so.
to enter into votes to do whatever they want to do.
Which I don't think so. So that ladder actually came from the outside. So I think there should be investigation, because there should be an insider who is actually supporting this move. And then right now, they will tell you, okay, it's the day that you are caught, you are the thief.
Yes, sir.
Because somebody might have been doing this, gradually stealing 2 naira, 3 naira, and all of that, and you've not been caught, right? And you want to go for the bigger deal, and now they catch you. But I feel that there's somebody there, because I don't want to think that that ladder, he brought it from outside. Those security operatives, usually we have security men in the bank, both the police. We have a policeman right in the bank. Then we have all this, I think, special service, all this security, special service people that provide security for different organizations, both for hotels, banks, and all of that. So we have that one again in the bank. So we have like 2 different security operatives in the bank. And then how did you bypass those people in the gates, like in front of the gates, and even bypass? Because I know usually most banks have you have to
24/7 security.
Yes, and it's more like a double gate, double check. I really do not want to mention any bank, but most banks get to have these 2 security men in the bank. Some work inside, some work outside. Okay, so how did he bypass these 2 persons carrying that kind of big ladder, a iron ladder for that matter? And we all know that banks have these automated doors. You can't just open it like that.
So how was he able to get
So how was he able to get in? Because I want to believe that it's not the usual daily business that when you come to the bank, you press the green button and it opens for you. I'm sure that when the bank is no longer operating, like when it has closed for the day,
you can't get access
there
to that
should be
door.
like an automatic lock that closes it for the day, and you cannot just press the green button and it opens. So these are questions that the police should be asking. You cannot just start honestly, I won't lie to you. In as much as I don't justify stealing, I do not love it. I don't like it. Stealing and lies are just big turn off. They are big turn off for me. But then again, we'll have to ask, what exactly? They have to investigate how he got into the bank. Why
How
he
he
had to
got the
sleep.
ladder into
Yes.
the
How then? Why he had to sleep overnight? Then why am I handling him like that, even with your uniform? So I think the Nigerian police will have to question this other man, the security man who was actually beating this man.
And I think we had 2 personnel.
This is jungle justice, and I'm
Yes.
sure that the police do not support jungle justice, because more often than not, they've always come out to say they do not support jungle justice. And if there's any case of stealing or theft or anything, it is please that anybody should report to the police. So why is it that it's the police that is carrying out the jungle justice themselves?
It's really questionable. And like I said, we had from the video, you could tell that there were 2 security personnel.
Security operatives.
There were
one of them is like the external, like the private security guard.
There were ones on grey, and the other ones on I think green and black.
I think that's a policeman. Yes,
it's really sad. It doesn't speak well of
It
the
doesn't
police
speak
if
well.
eventually they investigate and find out that
there is an insider.
there's an insider. Then I believe that they should take the right measures against that person.
Of course, punish the thief. Then also you have to punish the security man, because this is not the right way to handle a thief. If you are really a personnel, this is not the right way to handle a thief. In fact, if there was anybody hitting him, he should be the one to tell them, please stay clear.
Yes.
You handle the situation.
Exactly.
Perhaps maybe just getting a handcuff and making sure that he gets to the police station for proper investigation, and they carry out their business. But this is no, it's a big eyesore.
They just believe that using force to just like prompt the person to want to speak up on time. But there are some people that are so immune to all this kind of pain and all of that. Immediately you start hitting them and making them
die. So what do you do?
Even aside that, they'll just tell themselves, oh, if you can do this to me, there is no extent you can go. I am not saying anything. But there's a way you can investigate.
Pain will let you say a lot of things. But then again, let's take for instance that that now you're hitting this young man. He has something and he may want
Eventually
it and he eventually dies.
So how would you get the information out of him?
How would you get the information, number one? Number two, if he had even hacked the whole system, how do you now get to unhack? Like, what do you have to do? Because I think then it's going to be a lot more difficult because maybe the damages must have already been done before you even get to unhack those systems and all of that. But then again, you've committed murder and you have to serve the
Because
jail
that's
term for
even
it.
questionable. You know, on the comment section, somebody said something like, why is it that the man did not just go around, you know, opening drawers and looking for a bag of money or trying to
There's
even
no bag
get
of
into
money.
votes? Why was he trying to hack
the
the system? So
of course,
how do you get that
moving
knowledge?
money? I think it would be easy.
Then
So that you can move
definitely
money.
there's an insider. There is
There is
no
an
way that man
insider.
can cook up that.
Passwords.
Or maybe
I
I
think
won't
system
say
should have a
this.
password.
I won't say that. I wanted to say maybe he has watched a particular movie, you know, that trending movie, and he wants to. But let's just. leave it at
I
that.
know something that has to do with haste. Let me know.
No, don't go for that.
Don't go there. All right, we'll be going on a quick break, and when we return, we have one more trending story for you. Please stay with us. All right, welcome back from that quick break. It is a quick break indeed, and I told you we have one more trending gist for you. Well, there is news everywhere on social media after a statement made by a popular podcast by Innocent Idibia, also known as Two-Face Idibia, saying men are not built to be with one woman. Well, the singer has summoned courage to apologize to his wife Natasha, fans, and his children over the statement. In a viral video, he said, "I am sorry to my wife, the love of my life, Natasha. She's amazing, and to my kids. I know a lot of people look up to me, and for me to use one stupid statement to cancel everything, I own up to my mistakes. I know I will get cancelled and pay the consequences." Well, fans do not seem to understand the new Two-Face Idibia, as many argue that he might be under an influence because Two-Face that they know, they don't know him for explaining himself. But recently, the singer has been seen frequently on social media trying to apologize or explain himself. Well, a popular soap opera, a popular OAP, not soap opera, I beg your pardon, Dotun reacted to the video by sharing his thoughts on X. You know, in the reaction he shared on X, he said, "From experience, traumas and fear will make you so vulnerable, especially when you are out of your comfort zone. Happy or safe place, the floodgates will open up and everything will seem right, even when it is wrong, vice versa. This is where you need your true friends. This is where a Two-Face needs a sound sultan." Quite sad. Oh, this is really sad. I think Dotun, reminded us of Sam Sultan, the late Sam Sultan. May his soul continue to rest in peace. But then again, Sharon, it's a bit complicated because we all know that Two-Face is a father to many children and has so many baby mamas, but had one wife, which was Annie Macaulay, until the recent issues between him and Annie, and they had to go their separate ways, which I don't think they have been divorced legally yet. But even before, while he was still married to Annie, we never heard Two-Face come out. Even when many people, they use him in comedy skits and different social media trends comes up about Two-Face, we never get to see Two-Face come out to say this, that, or this, or trying to cover the situation, or trying to apologize, or trying to say something. We never get to hear him say anything on social media. In fact, we don't know him as being a social media person until recently. We started seeing him everywhere. Recently when he got married to Natasha, he was seen everywhere trying to be in politics, trying to explain himself all the time. We see him apologizing and all of that. So his friends and family, they are not finding it funny. And they are saying that he's under an influence. So Sharon, do you think a grown man would be under an influence? And what kind of influence do you think he would be under?
Well, Ogochukwu, you know, this question is actually very rhetorical because it's something that I cannot even answer,
You're
and
not
I'm
in-
very sure that
you're not in the marriage.
Tuface himself might not even be able to answer, and even Natasha herself cannot answer it. So that's why I say it's rhetorical. It's been thrown to the air. It's a question that would never be answered. But I would say something. Tuface needs to get himself together, right from how he even brought out, you know, announced the separation from Annie to bringing Natasha into the picture. It shows that. What permits me to say, I think the child in him is actually playing out. It's a terrible sight to behold, and if I would not be, but if I was one of Two-Face's child, I would be disappointed. So disappointed, I would run off social media.
Yeah.
Because right now, we are not, you know, the children, they're trying to deal with the fact that the father broke up with the mom in a very unusual way on social media. Now, you know, there were rumors that Annie was in the hospital, blah, 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 and all of that. And then you started fronting Natasha. You weren't even married to her. Everybody even tagged it cruise at some point. But going forward, or rather,
They
now
didn't know how serious it was.
we've just gotten to understand that they are actually serious. Now let's talk about what he said. He came out in the podcast. He made a statement saying men
cannot be with
one woman. A man can
be
be with one woman.
Yes.
See, everybody has their opinion to whatever thing they want to say, but you are with a woman. You just left one. I don't think it's up to a year.
This is Two-Face. For crying out loud, how did we forget Two-Face?
No, we understand.
Two-Face
But I think,
had always been known for, you know, being with more than one woman.
no, I think the
So for
society
him to
is
apologize,
applauding
I
him.
think there is actually somebody behind. Like someone was saying, okay, we are not going to take comments here, but then when I was going through the comment section when I read this story, somebody said, who is holding that camera? We know the person holding the camera and we think the person is the person pushing Two-Face to explain himself, because he was trying to actually dodge the camera in the video. He was taking his face away from, you know, from the camera. He was looking somewhere else while the camera was somewhere else. So it was more like, I don't want to do this. I actually aired my mind because it's not like he wasn't in his right state of mind when he actually said that. He was normal. He was okay. He was just answering questions just like we know Two-Face to be. So he was actually in his right frame of mind seeing that until he got home and somebody said, if you don't apologize, there's no food for you.
Let's even see. Let's forget about the influence. As a reasonable man, you don't go about spilling saying such statements all about.
Even if he spills
it doesn't even matter.
You already know him for having multiple
it doesn't even matter. Now, when whatever society deems as right, then you don't have to complain when another person does it. Two-Face, no, he can't complain.
Go marry more than 5 people.
Two-Face cannot complain. You know, if really is a man that feels like he can't stay with just one woman, I believe he would have married all his baby mamas. But he married one. That shows that he's a man of one woman, but of course he's so promiscuous, he has to look outside. Now, notice that before getting married to Natasha, he divorced Annie. He knows that he can only keep a woman.
They are not legally divorced yet. He only said
but they're in the process. According to at least they are now separated. You know, they are separated for now, before divorce.
Yes.
So for him to now legally marry Natasha, he had to, you know, separate from Annie. So it shows that he's a man.
Was he even supposed to? I think before you get to marry the other person, I think you are supposed to be legally divorced before.
This is Nigeria. Anything can happen. God. So it shows that he's a man of one woman. He's just a very promiscuous person.
Are you sure he's a man of one woman? Of
course. When you talk about a man not
being a man of one woman is you getting married to one woman and not even looking out. It is just you and that woman. But see, a lot of men, honestly, I think Two-Face actually spoke the minds of many people, but then, you know, society will definitely judge you. Honestly, let me be very honest. A lot of men are promiscuous.
But who made
I do not have a percentage.
You ask me, I'm not God. Because you're not God, but it's something we need to question. Because literally, see, I've met lots of, you know, men, young men, older men that will tell you, well, God built men to be promiscuous.
So Two-Face was not out of line when he said,
well, I'm still wondering.
No,
I actually still wonder who made that rule. Because
he wasn't out of line when he said that. No, I'm not even, okay, now, Sharon, I don't want us to deviate from this topic, okay? So what we are even saying right now is, people are saying, speculating online that Two-Face is being used or is under an influence.
Okay, so
now it is not out of place for anybody to come and say that, because we've actually seen, if we are going to even go through the religious way, if we are going to, we will hear that of Solomon, we hear that of David, who is God's beloved, and all of that. You know, they were all with different women. Okay, so I'm not going to say Two-Face was out of place when he said that. But then why would you say something with your clear mind, clear
then you come back to
and then you
apologize.
come back in less than 24 hours and you're saying, oh, yeah, sorry, you wouldn't have said that.
Well,
Oh,
it
why did
shows
I
the
say
statement
that?
he made was wrong. And maybe Natasha is really the one behind him telling him you have to go and apologize, because this is an insult to Natasha, an insult to literally all the women that Two-Face has had children with.
Oh, my
It shows
goodness.
that he's not a responsible father, because of course, how would you talk to your
Okay,
children
let's
and
not
let
even
them
go into
know?
further.
Oh,
He can
no.
actually be, see, Two-Face
He can actually be a responsible father.
We've never seen Two-Face not love any of his children.
It's not-
all his
Ogochukwu,
children.
love is
he
just-
he carried all his children
We're not
around.
even talking
He
about
was
love.
with
Your
them, he
social
bonded
media
with them.
presence. You could tell. See, there are lots of celebrities that will tell you, please, I don't want this to come out on social media because of my child. When you love your child so well, you'll be reasonable enough not to make indirecting statement, not just only to you, but also to that child, because that child will grow up to see it. So love is one way, then character is another thing. If you know you truly love your children, of course, I'm actually calling him not a responsible man because of the statements he made. Now, of course, well, let me just stop here. I don't want to even go further in that conversation. But Two-Face needs to get himself together. He really needs to get himself together.
I think lately, I think we are losing the two Baba we used to
do,
know.
like,
We are
he was
losing
a
this
large
icon, this
person.
legend that, you know, we all enjoyed his music, enjoy him. You know, a lot of persons have come out to say Two-Face is really a nice person. Like, they've been with Two-Face for a long time. His brothers, his friends, his close pals, they've all come out to say he's a nice person. But recently, they don't just understand the new Two-Face. And we wish he actually comes back to, you know, being the Two-Face we all know, the innocent Idibia we all know. So at this point, we'll be running it up here. So that's all we have for you today on Randoms. I hope you had a great time, because we did have a great time. And we'll be bringing you more gist as they unfold on the internet. But then again, please do not forget to drop your comment. Leave your comment. We need that comment on social media. Run off to YouTube and drop your comment, you know, on this particular topic and every other topic you must have seen on Randoms. It is needed. Also, do not forget that Randoms now is twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday, same time, 6:30 p.m. And also remember to follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG. Thank you for watching today's episode, and from Iron Shan, we're saying bye.